One Piece 1012. Haoshoku Haki for Luffy's gear, the standard of pirates. Hello everyone, welcome back to Top Manga. Luffy started integrating Haoshoku Haki into his attacks ever since chapter 1010 of One Piece. Now, he can have a pretty even strike with Kaido. However, until chapter 1011, Luffy hasn't tried using gear with Haoshoku Haki. So how powerful would Luffy's gear be if it was powered up by this special Haki? Let's discuss it. 1. Luffy's gear strength enhanced by Haoshoku Haki. First with Gear 4 Bound Man, do you remember that Gomu no King Kong gun was able to seriously injure Doflamingo during the battle in Dressrosa? Now imagine if this power is enhanced with Haoshoku Haki. If the standard King Kong gun alone was able to produce such devastation when bolstered by Luffy's giant Haoshoku Haki, guys like Doflamingo or Katakuri were capable of being knocked out in just one hit. Interestingly, in the anime, Luffy actually tried to use his King Kong gun technique on Kaido. He did that in a duel in the first half of the match at Wano, at Kuri. Luffy's King Kong gun attack actually landed on Kaido at the same time Kaido's Kanabo hit Luffy. But Kaido is not confused, whereas Luffy was defeated with just one hit. Now, if Gomu no King Kong gun is underpinned by Haoshoku Haki and Luffy's new Haki/Ryuo knowledge in Uden prison, then King Kong gun could be a serious impact attack. Is more important than Kaido. Especially now Luffy's normal fist can also hurt the Yonko. What about Gear 4 Snakeman? While in Snakeman form, Luffy can launch a more frightening Python attack. Even if the punch misses, Luffy's arms can continue to expand and even continue to accelerate. Luffy can also change the direction of his fist if he misses that punch on the opponent. So even Katakuri, who can wield high-level Kanbunchoku Haki, can defeat Luffy. Now imagine that the Snake Man technique is augmented by Haoshoku Haki. Luffy doesn't even need to move from his position, he can toss his fists from afar, then let his arms open wide, swing around and speed up. If an attack like this was also powered up by Haoshoku Haki, Luffy could take down his enemy without taking a single step. Even attacks like King Cobra and Jet Culverin can injure opponents without actually touching them. Imagine that even if the enemy dodged Luffy's attack in a passing manner, they would still be affected in some way due to the Haoshoku Haki's effect. Meanwhile Luffy's arm continued to speed up. Maybe Luffy could try to use this technique with Kaido if he wanted to defeat the Yonko without getting close to the target. Especially if there are others who can distract Kaido while Luffy flings his fists, it will be even more wonderful. And this would also be a fun move to use against Teach. Luffy can attack Teach without getting near or touching him. Even with Teach absorbed, Luffy was able to defeat Teach from afar. In addition, Haoshoku Haki also improves defense. With Gear 4 Bound Man, Luffy's defense is getting stronger. Attacks that have the nature of regular punches or even blunt objects can bounce off Luffy's body. Then, what if Luffy distributed Haoshoku Haki all over his body, as if forming an invisible armor? I think this is possible, especially considering Hyogoro's teachings about Ryuo. In fact, we can also see how Luffy can stop Kaido's Kanabo attacks without having to directly touch the Yonko. If this were true, then the fact that Luffy used gear and Haoshoku Haki to protect himself would be even stronger and more certain. For example, Luffy can make an enemy's attack miss him. This is especially useful when Luffy is in Gear 4 Snakeman, a form with a weaker defense than Bound Man. So, if Luffy uses his Haoshoku Haki properly, he can become a dangerous warrior when it is difficult to injure him, whereas Luffy also possesses an attack that can take down an enemy in just one hit. Referring to Haoshoku Haki, we can't forget the Kaido and Luffy scene shown in chapter 1011. Kaido commented on Luffy, "Looks like you're enjoying it. The more dangerous, the more you laugh out. Right?" Then the two charged together again. The point here I want to mention Kaido's quotation, "Does he know anything about DS Will?" 2. Kaido knows about DS Will. Until now, people with the letter D in their names were known to smile brightly or even smile even in difficult situations. So does the laughter of people who possess the letter D in the name mean anything? There are two people bearing the letter D in the names of the 5 characters Kaido respects. One was Gold Roger, the other was Rox D Xebec. In particular, Kaido was a former employee of Xebec. He's probably been with the captain of the Rocks for a long time. Kaido may never have been to Laugh Tale. Unlike Oden and Rayleigh, he still doesn't know the true meaning of DS Will yet. But if Kaido had been Xebec's subordinate and fought Roger, he would have known some of the traits of the people. Carries the letter D in the name. It is fond of laughing even in urgent situations. Kaido most likely saw Roger or Xebec do it. It is possible that Roger or Xebec did that in the face of Kaido. So does Kaido know anything about DS Will? Possibly, though not as complete as the knowledge of Roger, Odin, and Rayleigh. At least he certainly knows the common trait of those who possess the letter D in names such as Xebec, Roger, and now Luffy. Maybe Kaido really doesn't understand DS Will. He said Luffy is enjoying it, and the more difficult the situation gets, the more he smiles. Kaido himself laughed when he said that. Which means that perhaps Kaido himself feels excited when facing a tough battle situation like Luffy. Due to being faced with someone who could attack with Haoshoku Haki, Kaido really couldn't help but get excited. Previously, there was a fondness showing that Kaido was depressed, perhaps an enemy like Luffy has been waiting for him by Kaido for a long time, so he is happy about that. Of course, if people with a D in their name have something special about their laughter, and that laughter can make them strong, then Kaido, who always yearns to fight a strong enemies, will still be happy. 3. Who is 1% odds of survival? Basil Hawkins is one of the 11 supernovas and also has the special ability to predict the future thanks to his ability to divulge melancholy cards. Perhaps because of this blonde quickly changed hands when overturning Kid and joined Kaido. Up to now, all his moves have been very careful. Perhaps Basil Hawkins always believed in his ability of divination. In the early part of the Battle of Wano, Basil Hawkins had a very classic hex when he said that someone will have only a 1% chance of surviving tomorrow. He knows who that person is, but he never gives out his name. Because of this, for a long time, many bright candidates appeared for Basil Hawkins' fortune teller who had only 1% chance of survival. The first was X-Drake, a naval spy in the zoological pirates pursued by Queen Plague and Hoo-Hoo. Fortunately, in the situation of hanging hair, X-Drake had a very smart main-based performance when deciding to fight alongside Luffy. Because of this, he is still safe up to now. The second person is the blonde stepped guy Sanji. To save Momonosuke, the Straw Hat's chef acted in front of the two most powerful beasts, Queen and King. As a result, he was kicked out by King. Because of his rather unlucky fate, many Sanji fans worried that his idol would be the victim of fortune-telling that Basil Hawkins mentioned. Fortunately, Sanji has reappeared so far and carried Zoro in chapter 1012. A character who is also mentioned in many names is Jack Han Han. After the turmoil of Zou Island, Jack met two dog cat kings in Solong form. As a result, Jack was tortured to the point that Kaido had to personally act to protect his subordinates. Currently, Jack has recovered and is fighting Inuarashi, and with his personality, it is not clear whether Jack will live or be returned to the land by the Nine Hong Bao. Dubbed the most powerful creature in the world, it was surprising to have Kaido listed on Basil Hawkins' fortune-telling list. However, given Luffy's dizzying progress, it is possible that Kaido may not have lost his life after his battle with our protagonist. Most recently, the Ultai and Page One sisters suddenly became a brilliant couple for Basil Hawkins' fortune-telling. While her brother Page One was gagging and felt like he broke his neck after Big Mom's Haoshoku Haki, Ultai continued to attack Otama. With Big Mom's temperament, the two sisters Ultai and Page One will most likely adore if they dare continue to touch her benefactor. Despite possessing incredible healing abilities, however, Ultai and Page One do not seek to retreat. It is likely that Basil Hawkins' fortune-teller is about this couple. Anyway, with the personality and affection of these two Toby Rappo sisters, I hope both will be sober enough to avoid the multi-personality old lady Big Mom and survive the battle. 4. Big Mom will give back Zeus to Nami. Since the day when Zeus attacked Big Mom and caused the Yonko by surprise, the relationship between the Straw Hat pilot and Zeus didn't seem to end. After betraying Big Mom, Zeus also followed Nami to Wano before being forced to return to his master when Big Mom also came to join the battle in this kingdom. Talking about the personalities of Big Mom and Nami, the two have quite a similarity, especially they both love children. While Nami is ready to punch Brock, Luffy is full of blows or curses Sanji, Zoro is so bad that she is very gentle towards a child. Because of this, Momonosuke, Odin's lewd boy, has the opportunity to touch Nami's hot body. In the latest One Piece chapter 1012, due to Ultai's act of bullying Otama, Nami personally went out to attack Toby Rappo. While being a quite cruel Yonko and loves violence, but in the good mother regime, Big Mom hates those who dare to touch children and especially children under 10 years old. We are usually very gentle and love them. This was shown in chapter 1011 when Bigmom threw a punch with Haoshoku Haki, knocking page 1 down immediately upon hearing that Otama, her savior, and her village were ravaged by the Kaido army. The question is whether Bigmom and Nami both love children has anything to do with Bigmom giving Zeus to Nami. First, let's go through the fact that Bigmom has created a new homie named Hira and also has the ability to create thunder. She tested Hira's new power when she used it to attack Kid and Killer. Thus, it is likely that the current Bigmom no longer needs Zeus. Meanwhile, Nami is fighting Ulti, an ancient dinosaur zoan-eating Tobi Rappo. Without a powerful new power, the Straw Hat pilot would be difficult to defeat this girl. Bigmom watched Nami attack Ulti and got angry when page 1's sister dared to attack children, in particular Otama. Maybe Bigmom will realize that Nami has the same child protective personality as me. With Bigmom's morning, afternoon, and rain character, she would probably give Zeus to Nami while she also had Hira and no longer needed her useless child. If this happens, Nami will have the right person at the right time, Zeus, to be able to defeat Ulti. This will also resolve the question of whether Bigmom will destroy Zeus or not. She wouldn't kill, but simply gave Zeus to Nami for trying to protect Otama the same way she was doing. 5. The standard of the pirate. In chapter 1011, Bigmom said that pirates are cruel, but pirates have their own standards. Bigmom then gave page 1 a punch that enveloped Haoshoku Haki, leaving him lying motionless, because she knew Kaido's group destroyed Okabor town, which treated her well when she was insane, mind. However, before that, Bigmom has repeatedly shown her irreverent nature. Let's take a look at whether this is the pirate standard she mentioned. First, Bigmom attacks her own children. Bigmom is still angry with Lola, and intends to kill her if he sees it, even if it is his own daughter. Or there was a moment when Bigmom took away Charlotte Moscato's soul when she was in a frenzy and out of control. Fortunately, Moscato was still alive after that. However, Moscato and Lola, when targeted by Bigmom, have all grown up. Maybe Bigmom wouldn't be that cruel to them if they were small kids like Tama. The second is the setting of the Vinsmoke family in a trap. When it comes to Bigmom's disturbing actions and intrigues, the Vinsmoke family case is a typical example. From the beginning, Bigmom decided to trap the Vinsmoke family with the marriage of Sanji and Pudding. Although the Vinsmoke family did not do well, except Reiju, Bigmom's disrespect immediately made her worse than Vinsmoke Judge and his children. Third, killing acquaintances of the person invited but not attending tea parties. Bigmom regularly holds tea parties. If someone was invited and didn't come, something bad would happen to that person. Bigmom's group will hunt down acquaintances of guests who are not invited. After that, the guest who does not come will receive a head box from an acquaintance. No matter where this visitor's acquaintance is, Bigmom's group will find and treat the targeted target well. Usually the people Bigmom invites to the tea party are all under the underworld in one piece, but it doesn't mean that those who were killed by Bigmom can't fall on innocent people. Fourth, collect only party documents that could lead to a massacre. In preparation for party events, Bigmom will send subordinates to hunt for unique raw materials. To get this raw material, Bigmom's people did not hesitate to slaughter a lot of people and living creatures. Come to think of it, this could lead to a situation similar to the destruction in Okabor town. Thursday, giving illusory hope to those who want to leave Bigmom. Bigmom was originally seen as a person who understands the story. If someone wants to leave her group of pirates, just frankly suggest as long as you don't mind playing the wheel of luck to determine your fate. The problem is that Jinbe realizes that the rotation Bigmom is using is really unfair. It is designed to kill the victim. Obviously, Bigmom was dishonest in the first place. She didn't want anyone to leave the group and the punishment for wanting it was death. Above are all my analysis and predictions about whether Bigmom could give Zeus to a name, how powerful Luffy's gear would be if enhanced by Haoshoku Haki, as well as whether Kaido knew anything about is the will of Dino and the 1% survival rate predicted by the blonde fortune teller Basil Hawkins is page 1. Please leave your comments about this clip. If you find it interesting, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to a channel to support top manga. Hello and see you again.
Yeah.